Today, I am going to discuss one more problem on isomorphism between two graphs. So coming to the problem, show that the following graphs are isomorphic to each other. So here we have given two graphs. So now we have to prove that these two graphs are isomorphic to each other. So coming to the solution, so from the given graphs, from the given graphs, we observe that the number of vertices in graph 1 and also in graph 2 are equal. Yes, in graph 1 we are having 6 vertices, whereas in graph 2 also we are having 6 vertices. So the total number of vertices in both the graphs are equal. So that is what I am writing. Order of V of G1 means the number of vertices in graph 1 is equal to 6, and that is equal to order of V of G2 means the number of vertices in graph 2. Okay, and also we are having the same number of edges in both the graphs G1 and G2. Okay, now we are checking. So in graph 1 we are having a total of 9 edges. Okay, so now I am counting the edges. So from A to B we are having an edge, so treat that as 1. From B to C, that is second one. From C to F, that is third one. From F to E, that is fourth one. From E to D, that is fifth one. And from D to A, that is sixth one. Okay, and also we are having 3 more edges inside the graph. From A to F, we are having another one, that is seventh one. From B to E, so treat that as eighth one. And from C to D, we are having ninth one. So in graph 1, we are having 9 edges. Okay, so I am writing that number of edges in graph 1. It means order of E of G1 is equal to 9. Okay, also in graph 2 also we are having a total of 9 edges. Okay, from vertex A dash we are having 3 edges. From vertex D dash we are having 3 edges, and also from vertex F dash we are having 3 edges. Okay, so a total of 9 edges are having in graph 2, so that this is equal to order of E of G2. So what I have checked is in both the graphs we are having same number of vertices and the same number of edges. Okay, after that we have to check the same degree sequence condition. Okay, it means we have to check the degrees of vertices in both the graph G1 and G2. Okay, if you observe the graphs, in both the graphs we are having that each and every vertex is of degree 3. Okay, so coming to the graph 1, so select any vertex. So now I selected vertex E. So if you observe the vertex E, there are 3 edges incident on that particular vertex. Okay, so whenever we are having 3 edges incident on a particular vertex, we say that the degree of that vertex is 3. Okay, so if you observe any vertex in graph 1, okay, so each and every vertex is of degree 3. Okay, so coming to the graph 2, in graph 2 also we are having each and every vertex is of degree 3. Okay, so if you select any vertex in graph 2, so now I am going to select E dash. Yes, in E dash also, though if you select E dash, in E dash also we are having 3 edges incident on that particular vertex. It means the degree of that vertex is also 3. Okay, so in each and every vertex in graph 2 also we are having each and every vertex is of degree 3. So that is what I am writing now. Okay, so the vertices of degree 3, the vertices of degree 3 in graph 1, it means in graph G1 are, so A comma B comma C comma D comma E comma F. Yes, we are having all these vertices of degree 3 in graph 1. So coming to the graph 2, the vertices of degree 3 in graph 2, okay, in graph G2 are A dash comma B dash comma C dash comma E dash comma F dash. Okay, so in graph 2 also we are having each and every vertex of degree 3. It means same degree sequence condition holds in both graph 1 and graph 2. So in graph 1 we are having 6 vertices of degree 3, and also in graph 2 we are having 6 vertices of degree 3. Okay, so the same number of vertices with particular degree we are having in both the graphs, that is same degree sequence. Okay, after that now we have to define a function. Now define a function f from v1 to v2. v1 is nothing but the set of all vertices in graph 1, and v2 is nothing but the set of all vertices in graph 2. Now we have to define a function f from v1 to v2 by, so we have to select the image of a by something, and the image of b by something, and the image of c by something, image of d by something, image of e by something, and also the image of f by something. Okay, here I am drawing a rough sketch like in this way. So this is v1 and this is v2. Okay, so now I am defining a function f from v1 to v2. In v1 we are having a b c d e f, and in v2 we are having a dash b dash c dash d dash e dash and f dash. Now we have to select the image of a by something. Okay, so here we are having 6 options. We are having 6 options to select the image of a. Okay, because all the vertices are of same degree, so that we are having 6 options. Okay, so now you can select the image of by anything. Now I am selecting the image of a by d dash. Okay, I am selecting the image of a by d dash. Okay, so I am writing here image of a by d dash. After that now we have to select the image of b. Okay, so the image of b, now we are having 5 options to select the image of b. Okay, suppose if we select the image of b by a dash. Okay, suppose I am writing it here. Suppose if we select the image of b, it means f of b is equal to a dash, and already we selected f of a is equal to d dash. Okay, so now I am checking that whether the image of b is equal to a dash is correct or wrong. Okay, how can we say that the image of b is equal to a dash is correct or not? Means, so now we have to select an edge in graph 1 with a combination of ab. Yes, in graph 1 we are having an edge in between a and b. Okay, so we are having an edge in between a and b in graph 1. So a comma b is an edge in graph 1. This implies that there must be an edge from f of a comma f of b in graph 2. Okay, f of a, there must be an edge in between f of a comma f of b in graph 2. So here I have given that f of a is nothing but d dash and f of b is nothing but a dash. It means there must be an edge in between a dash and d dash in graph 2. So now I am checking in graph 2 whether there is an edge in between a dash and d dash. No, we are not having an edge in between a dash and d dash. It means we cannot select the image of b by a dash. Okay, so this is wrong answer. Okay, so that we cannot select the image of image of b by a dash. Okay, so now we have to select. Now I am selecting the image of b by b dash. Okay, so now I am once again checking So now I am writing here image of B by B dash. Okay. Now I am writing the image of B by B dash. Okay. So once again, I have selected an edge in graph 1, that is A comma B is an edge in graph 1. This implies that f of A comma f of B must be an edge in graph 2. Okay. So f of A means we are having D dash and f of B means we are having B dash. Okay. It means there must be an edge in between B dash and D dash in graph 2. Okay. Once again, I am going to check. Is there an edge in between B dash and D dash? Yes, we are having an edge in between B dash and D dash, so that we can select the image of B by B dash. So that I have written the image of B by B dash. Okay. After that, now we have to select the image of C by something. Okay. So whenever you selected the image of B by B dash, so from B dash in graph 2, we observe that from B dash we are having edges from B dash to D dash and also from B dash to F dash and also from B dash to A dash. It means we have to select the image of C by either A dash or F dash. Since why? Because I am telling we have to choose the image of C by A dash or F dash means since B dash we have chosen that the image of B by B dash, so that from B dash we are having edges from B dash to A dash and B dash to F dash, so that we have to select the image of C by either A dash or F dash. Now I am selecting the image of C by A dash. Okay. Okay. Once again I am checking that. Whenever you selected the image of C by A dash, once again you have to select an edge in graph 1 with the combination of C. Okay. So with the combination of C in graph 1, we are having B comma C is an edge in graph 1. Okay. So B comma C is an edge in graph 1. Okay. This implies that whenever you selected an edge in graph 1, this implies that f of B comma f of C must be an edge in graph 2. This must be an edge in graph 2. Okay. F of B is nothing but we have given that f of B is B dash and f of C. Now only we define that f of C as A dash. So in between A dash and B dash, there must be an edge in graph 2. So once again, I am going to check there is an edge in between A dash and B dash. Yes, we are having an edge in between A dash and B dash in graph 2. So that the image of C is A dash is correct. Okay. After that, so whenever you have chosen the image of C by A dash, from A dash we are having 3 edges. From A dash we are having 3 edges passing through. One is from A dash to B dash, and the second one is from A dash to C dash, and the third one is from A dash to E dash. So that we have to select the image of D by any of B dash, C dash and D dash. Since B dash and B dash is selected for B, now we have to select either C dash or E dash. Now I am going to select f of t is equal to E dash. I am selecting the image of D by E dash. Okay. So after selecting the image of D by E dash, once again you have to check it. So once again I am selecting an edge in graph 1 with the combination of D. So in graph 1 we are having A comma D is an edge. So A comma D is an edge in graph 1. Okay. Okay, this implies that whenever this was an edge in graph 1, this implies f of A comma f of D must be an edge in graph 2. Must be an edge in graph 2. This implies. So I have chosen the image of A by D dash and the image of D by E dash. It means there must be an edge in between E dash and D dash. Okay, once again I am going to check whether there is an edge in between E dash and D dash. Yes, we are having an edge in between E dash and D dash in graph 2, so that the image of D is E dash should be a correct answer. Okay. After that, we have to choose the image of E by something. Okay. Now we are having 2 chances. So one is C dash and another one is F dash. Okay. So now what we have to select is from E dash we are having edges to F dash and also to D dash and also to A dash. So here A dash is selected and also A dash is selected and also D dash is selected, so that we have to select F dash. Okay, so the image of E should be F dash. I am selecting the image of E by F dash, so that I am writing F of E is equal to F dash. Once again, after selecting the image of E by F dash, once again we have to check it, okay, whether it is correct or wrong. So now we have to choose any edge in graph 1 with the combination of E. Now I am selecting the edge EB. BE is an edge in graph 1. Okay, so B comma E is any edge in graph 1. This implies that F of B comma F of E must be an edge in graph 2. Okay, so what is F of B? F of B is nothing but we have given the image of B by B dash. It means B dash comma F of E by F dash. It means there must be an edge in between the vertices B dash and F dash in graph 2. So we have to check it whether there is an edge in between B dash and F dash. Yes, we are having an edge in between B dash and F dash in graph 2. It means the image of E should be a correct answer. And finally, we have to choose the image of F by, so there is only one option for F, so that is C dash. So we have to choose the image of F by C dash. So this is nothing but C dash. Okay, so in this way, we have to select the images of each and every element in domain. Okay. So now after defining the images, now we say that clearly F is 1 1 and onto. F is 1 1 and onto. So how can we say that F is 1 1 and onto means? So different elements in domain having different images in codomain. Yes, we are having the image of A by D dash, image of B by B dash, different elements having different images. That is the definition of 1 1. And also onto. Onto is nothing but every element in codomain should have a pre-image in domain. Yes, every element in codomain we are having a pre-image in domain. So that we say that both 1 1 and onto conditions should be satisfied by F. So therefore F is bijection. F is bijection. So after that we have to check the adjacency relationship between the graphs. Adjacency relationship between the graphs. It means, so in graph 1 we are having 9 edges. Okay, so now we have to select one edge. So first one I am selecting is A comma B. So let A comma B be an edge in graph 1. This implies F of A comma F of B is equal to, what is F of A? We have chosen that F of A by D dash. Okay, and F of B by B dash. It means D dash comma B dash is an edge in graph 2. Whenever A comma B is an edge in graph 1, sorry, this is graph 1. Whenever A comma B is an edge in graph 1, this implies F of A comma F of B must be an edge in graph 2. Okay, that is adjacency relationship. Okay, so yes, clearly we are having an edge in between B dash and D dash in graph 2. So that we can write D dash comma B dash be an edge in graph 2. Okay, so now once again we have to select another edge in graph 1. So after A comma B, now we have to select B comma C. Okay, now B comma C be an edge in graph 2. This implies F of B comma F of C must be an edge in graph 2. Yes, once again we are checking that F of B is nothing but we have defined that F of B by B dash and F of C by A dash. So in between A dash and B dash, whether there is an edge in graph 2 is there or not, we have to check it. Yes, we are having an edge in between A dash and B dash. So B dash comma A dash be an edge in graph 2. Be an edge in graph 2. So this is graph 1 now. First of all, we have to select an edge in graph 1. After that, we have to say that that particular edge is an edge in graph 2. So now we have to select another edge in graph 1. So after B comma C, we have to select another one, C comma F. Okay. Now I am selecting the edge C comma F in graph 1, be an edge in graph 1. This implies f of C comma f of F must be an edge in graph 2. So f of C, I have defined f of C by A dash and f of F by C dash. So is there is an edge in between A dash and C dash in graph 2 or not? Yes, we are checking. Yes, we are having an edge in between A dash and C dash. So that we can write A dash comma B dash, A dash comma C dash be an edge in graph 2. In graph 2. Okay. So once again, we have to take another edge in graph 1. Now I am selecting the edge FE. So now FE, it means F comma E be an edge in graph 1. In graph 1. This implies what we have to check is f of F comma f of E is an edge in graph 2 or not. We have to check it. So we have defined that f of F by C dash and f of E by, I am defined f of E by F dash. So C dash comma F dash. So whether there is an edge in between C dash comma F dash is there or not in graph 2, we have to check it. Yes, we are having a graph, we are having an edge in between C dash and F dash in graph 2. So that we can write C dash comma F dash be an edge in graph 2. Okay. Once again, we have to select an edge in graph 1. After F comma E, we have to select E comma D. E comma D. Yes, E comma D be an edge in graph 1. This implies f of E comma f of D must be an edge. F of E comma f of D must be an edge in graph 2. Okay. So f of E is nothing but f dash and f of D, I defined f of D by E dash. Yes, we have to check whether there is an edge in between E dash and F dash in graph 2. Yes, we are having an edge in between E dash and F dash in graph 2. It means E dash comma F dash be an edge in graph 2. Okay, so we have checked 5 edges and still we are having 4 more edges. So now we are taking one more edge, that is D comma A. Now I am selecting the edge D comma A be an edge in graph 1. Okay, in graph 1. This implies f of D comma f of A must be an edge in graph 2. Yes, we are going to check once again. F of D is nothing but E dash and f of A is nothing but, I am selecting the image of A by D dash, so that we have to write E dash comma D dash. So whether there is an edge in between E dash and D dash in graph 2, we have to check it. E dash and D dash. Yes, we are having an edge in between E dash and D dash. So this E dash and D dash be an edge in graph 2. Okay. So after that, once again, we have to select one more edge in graph 1. Now I am selecting the edge A comma F. Now A comma F be an edge in graph 1. This implies f of A comma f of F must be an edge in graph 2. So the image of A by, we selected the image of A by D dash and the image of F by C dash. So now we have to check whether there is an edge in between C dash and D dash in graph 2 or not. Okay. So I am checking. Yes, I am having an edge in between C dash and D dash in graph 2. So that C dash comma D dash be an edge in graph 2. So we have to select one more edge in graph 1. Okay, now I am selecting the edge B comma E. B comma E, be an edge in graph 1. This implies f of B comma f of E must be an edge in graph 1, graph 2. Okay, so the image of B is, we have selected the image of B by B dash and the image of E by F dash. Okay, so now we have to check whether there is an edge in between B dash and F dash in graph 2. So in between B dash and F dash we are having an edge, so that B dash comma F dash be an edge in graph 2. So finally we have to take the last edge, that is C comma D. So in between C comma D we are having an edge in graph 1. Okay, in graph 1. So this implies, so the image of C, it means f of C comma f of D must be an edge in graph 2. So the image of C is nothing but A dash and the image of D is E dash. So we have to check once again, is there is an edge in between A dash and E dash in graph 2. A dash and E dash. Yes, we are having an edge in between A dash and E dash in graph 2. So that we can write A dash comma E dash be an edge in graph 2. So I have checked for all the edges in both the graphs, so that we can write F satisfies all the conditions. Therefore, we say that two graphs are isomorphic to each other. Thank you.